could have thrown Steven Seagal around a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like you said, I think Gary Busey, like, they played that character so well, and they showed, you know, what he was about, you know, his personality and everything, too. And you knew he was going to get just kind of... He's not a badass, really. Yeah. You know, he has the talk and everything, too, to his subordinates, but you knew it was just going to be like, bam, that's it. But this guy, I mean... Like you mentioned, catching the roast beef and everything and just gnawing out. I was like, oh my God, this guy, that's awesome.
He's going to be tough for Steven Seagal to deal with.
Yeah, and like Adam said, it's just one shot. We don't even know where that shot hits.
Yeah.
I mean,
we just see him
chest,
drop.
We just see him fall down.
I assume he's wearing tactical armor.
Yeah, right. I mean, every Patriot this day and age is wearing tactical armor. You would think at least he got something at Cabela's before
he went to Cabela's before they ransacked the ship. So that does bring us to the final segment of the show, and that is the boss fight.
Boss fight.
We get a badass knife fight.
I love
as a kid,
fun knife fights.
Oh my God, The Hunted. This, I mean, Tommy Lee Jones has been in both of those, of course, and it's just.
What if he's really good at like knife fighting?
And also, just a heads up, we are going to be posting. There's this great YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. We'll plug it probably, or we'll make sure to log it. But check on our social media. But they do these great kind of look backs at knife fights in action movies. They're trained professionals with knives and knife warfare. But and they go over the final fight scene of Under Siege with Tommy Lee Jones and Steven Seagal. But yeah, I mean, it is intense. Like, to me, it's intense.
It's great. No, it's fantastic. It's Tommy Lee Jones has this butcher knife that he's had the entire movie, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And Seagal has this actual tactical double-sided knife. They go after each other, but this is what I'm saying. Why not make Tommy Lee Jones as, if not more, superior with a knife than Steven Seagal? Like,
right. He has. I mean, you would think he's got to be at that level or above.
Yeah. Why not like de-arm him? And then it has to come down to hand, and that's when Steven takes it.
Right.
Seagal wipes the floor.
Oh, easily, yeah. I mean, even bites his knife at one point and takes it away from him to get the kill shot.
There's an amazing scene, and he bites it blade first.
Oh, yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones is trying to cut Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal is at a loss of what to do. So what does he do? He wraps his mouth around the blade of the knife, and Tommy Lee Jones somehow lets go of it. And I think it could be because of the wrist slit earlier in the fight.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm grasping at straws for the logic of it, but and Steven Seagal spits the knife out, and dear God, does he?
This man. Great kills.
Ooh.
I mean, the head.
What we're talking about, like the violence that Steven Seagal brought.
I mean just the time, because even until this point. One thing that we don't get out of this movie is a compound fracture, a close-up compound fracture of anything. Mm-hmm. No arm breaks, no leg breaks that I can remember in it.
I'm sure there were, but I don't think they were certainly as highlighted as like the above the law bar fight. Or something
right,
like
of course. And it's just, but this scene, it's ingrained in your head. Of course, especially if you saw this as a kid. You just see like a knife to the head, and then just because he's just like, fuck you, just throwing him through the radar too at the same time.
He thumbs him in the eye to the point where blood is spewing out of his eyeballs. He then stabs him in the top of the fucking... it is so visceral to go back. Even now, the noises, the sound effects, fantastic. Spins him around and tosses his ass in his computer screen.
Yeah. And then what has he got to do? He's got to put in codes to de-arm those tomahawks.
The boss fight scene, I will say... more than satisfying ending. I just would love to see Seagal get his ass kicked.
Again, we only see him get cut like in the leather. Like,
it's not even a bad cut.
Yeah,
he gets cut a little bit.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah.
Tommy Lee Jones gets his chest gashed. He gets his wrist cut.
Yeah.
Eyes taken out.
Right.
He gets so much done to him, and Seagal is just walking away like, okay, next. And there's this really weird, fun, I guess kind of fun scene.
Yeah.
Where he puts in the nuclear codes before...
Yeah, and I think we talked about this too. It's like he's getting the codes from the war room back in Washington. And it would have been just more fun, I think, like we talked about, like if Eric Oleniak is standing there right next to him. Like if Steven Seagal would have been injured in that to where he couldn't do that, he was... wounded in such a way that he couldn't do it, and then it would just been. I think it would have been more fun.
I think you know how Under Siege has 79% on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. I think that would have put it to 80%.
I do too.
If we would have had Erica Liniak, now she kills the guy and saves Steven Seagal's life, and that's a big thing for her. But that's sort of where her character arc ends.
Yeah.
We don't get to see anything, but I think you're absolutely right. What if he like stabs Seagal's hand, and he's like, oh, he can still be tough and no sell the hand stab, right. But like, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Like, I can't do it, and so Erica Leniak does it.
Yeah, because like I could see like a great comedic time, and this thing was comedic too. They had great. I love the chemistry between them, and I picture it just like the war room telling her these codes like Delta. It's just like what? Like, kind of.
Or they're like Ryback. We need you to input the code. He's like, I'm not going to be inputting the codes.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean,
Miss July?
Miss July is. And they're like, what? Rabbit, trust me. Or something. I don't know. It would have been a really fun way to cap off her character's usefulness to the overall end. Yeah. And we get a fun little ending of Under Siege where he sort of...
he wrote this in there. He had to have...
He lays an unexpected kiss on her. What are you going to do now, Case?
Yeah.
What am I going to do now? I damn. And, good for them. Yeah. I hope their characters are still married. I doubt it, though.
No, that definitely has gone through some problems.
Seagal's always in the field.
Yeah,
he's Jeremy Renner right now in what's it called?
Hurt Locker.
Hurt Locker. He's
in the cereal aisle, just not.
He has to get back out.
Yeah.
He wants to go run some ops.
Yeah.
In fact, I picture every movie Seagal has done. Let's just assume that is the actual life. Those are all Casey Ryback.
right.
And he just never wants to be at home. Yeah. He's overweight now.
Yeah.
And thank you so much for joining us on our inaugural episode of
Bullets. Yes, thank you.
Of Bullets,
Bourbon, and Karate.
We're going to leave you with a very special song by Mr. Seagal himself titled Girl, It's Alright from Non-Solo Blues, we believe is the name of the album or the band. We're not sure, but we're going to leave you in the soft, soothing tones of Steven Seagal, and we'll see you next week.
Tomorrow brings would it make you feel something so real, like you could speak your own mind and whisper your wildest dreams. But girl, it's alright by me. There was a king who lived in a foreign land. Had riches and gold, the envy of every man. But he somehow missed out on what I have now. 'Cause of dream in this world. All that I'll ever need. Well, girl, it's alright by me. Girl, it's alright by me. Well, this is the kind of thing one might see in a movie. Well, this is the kind of thing that inspires one's greatest poetry. Out of a million chances, who would have thought I'd be this kind of lucky one? Girl, it's alright. Girl, it's alright. Girl, it's alright by me. Yeah, baby, it's alright. Girl, if I should die and have to go away, I know I'll be back to see you another day. sky falling down. We can't live in the past, and the future won't last. We'll live for today. It won't go away, so please. No, it's alright, girl, it's alright.